Crochet Creations, and for today's tutorial I'll be showing you how to crochet this cute little pineapple keychain. Okay, so let's get started with the materials. Okay, so as for the materials, in order to make this pineapple keychain, we'll be using a 2mm crochet hook. With that, you'll also be needing some scissors, a tapestry needle or darning needle. You'll be needing a stitch marker, a keychain, and a jump ring. The jump ring will be to attach the keychain onto our pineapple. You need a blunt pair of scissors to stuff the stuffing, and then you'll need a pair of jewellery pliers just to put the jump ring and keychain on. As I mentioned before, we'll need some pillow stuffing. You'll obviously not need as much as this, but I just grabbed a whole bunch from my bag. And as for the yarn, this is the yarn that we'll be using. So this is Charity DK weight yarn. It's all 100 grams and 100% acrylic. So I don't have the yarn labels on my yarn, but use this yarn quite frequently and very often, so I'll always use this yarn. So I have lime drop here, or this like light colored green. So this is the color lime drop, and then I also have bright yellow over here. Okay, so that is it for the materials. Let's get started with today's tutorial. So to get started, you will again be using your 2mm crochet hook, and to get started, you're just going to grab your yarn, and then we'll be making a magic ring. So to make a magic ring, we'll take our yarn, wrap it around our finger once, twice, and then the third time we're going to cross over to form an X like that. Okay, and you'll be holding it with your pinky. And then what you'd want to do is you'd want to insert your hook under the first 2 loops, and then you're going to yarn over with this third loop and pull through those 2 loops, and then you're just going to do a chain 1 to secure. So to chain 1, just going to yarn over and pull through that loop. Okay, then you can take your magic ring off of your fingers, and then what we will be doing is we'll be placing 6 single crochets into the magic ring. So to do a single crochet, you are just going to insert your hook into the magic ring, yarn over, pull through. You'll have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2. So that's 1. Again, it is insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through those 2 loops to do your single crochet. Insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through 2 to do your single crochet. So that's 3. 1, 2, 3. We'll need 3 more. 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so just to double check, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So you'll just count these like little V's if you want to count your stitches. So now to close this magic ring, what you want to do is just pull on your tail end. So just gently pull on your tail end, and then you'll see that 1 loop is being cinched in, which is this back loop over here. So what you want to do is you just want to take your that back loop that was being pulled in, and you just want to pull it down towards you, and as you can see, it closed up that other hole. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take our tail end and pull on our tail end to close off that other hole, or to pull in the other hole. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to place an increase into each stitch around, and an increase is 2 single crochets into each stitch around. So that's 1 and 2, and then we can place our stitch marker. So you can grab your stitch marker and place your stitch marker into the first stitch that we made. So it's not that one, it's this one over here. Okay, so again, you'll place an increase into each stitch around, and an increase is just 2 single crochets into each stitch around. So that's 1, 2, okay, into the next stitch, 1, 2, And your stitch count should have gone up from 6 up to 12 by the end of this round. So again, you'll just be placing 2 single crochets into each stitch around. Yeah, so we should have 12. So if we count our stitches, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 where the stitch marker is. Okay, so that is what it should be looking like now. So moving on to the next round, we're going to place 1 single crochet into the first stitch. So just 1 single crochet into the first stitch, insert our stitch marker, and then we'll place an increase into the next stitch. And that is the repeat pattern for this round. So I'll put 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and then 2 single crochets into the next stitch. Again, an increase is just 2 single crochets into the same stitch. 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and then an increase into the next. And your stitch count should have gone up from 12 to 18 by the end of this round. So it's 1 single crochet, and then an increase, and then 1 single crochet, and then an increase, and then 1 single crochet, and then an increase. Okay. And a great way to know if you have increased correctly is all of your increases should line up. Let me just zoom in here or focus on here. So all of your increases should line up. And if you start with 1 single crochet, you should end on an increase, and vice versa. Okay, so moving on to the next round, we're going to place 1 single crochet into the next 2 stitches and then an increase. So that's 1, 2, and then an increase. Again, it is 1 single crochet in the next 2, 1 and 2, and then an increase. So 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then another 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 single crochets into the next stitch. And your stitch count should have gone up from 18 up to 24 by the end of this round. So that's 1, 2, and then an increase. So 2 single crochets into the same stitch. One single crochet in the next 2, and then an increase, and then 1 single crochet in the next 2, and then an increase. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So now moving on to the next round, you should have 24 stitches by the end of this round. Moving on to the next round, we are going to place 1 single crochet into each of the back loops only. So you're going to place 1 single crochet into the back loops only of each stitch around. So the back loop is this back loop that is furthest away from you. So let me get my darning needle. So you have this V that makes up the stitch. So you have a front loop and you have a back loop. So it's these 2 loops that make up the little V of the stitch. So we're going to go into the back loops of each stitch around. So all of these back loops here, we'll work into all of the back loop stitches. Okay. So we'll insert into the back loop only. So you'll push through the center of that V and out towards the back. Oopsie, let me do that again. And then you'll insert your stitch marker back into place. Okay, so you'll just place one single crochet into the back loops only of each stitch around. Okay, so we'll be leaving all of the front loops open, and this will just create this will just make our pineapple kind of have like a bit of a flat bottom, as you can see there. So it will just kind of make it a bit more flat. Okay, so again you'll just place one single crochet into each back loop only for each stitch around. Okay, and your stitch count should have remained the same as 24 stitches. Okay, so now I'm nearly done. Okay, so that's what it should be looking like now. So now for the next, is it 6? I think it's the next 7 rounds. From round 6 to round 14. So I think it's for the next 13 rounds. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Sorry, my brain is so tired and I can't do the math right now. But for round 6 to round 14, we'll be placing one single crochet into each stitch around, going through the stitch as normal. So under the 2 loops, we will do a single crochet into each stitch around until you have 14 rounds in total. So from round 6 to 14. Okay, so you'll just place one single crochet into each stitch around until you have 16 rounds in total. Sorry, not 16, 14 rounds. Until you have 14 rounds in total. And you should have kept the same stitch count as 24. Okay. So you can just continue placing one single crochet in each stitch around until you have 14 rounds in total. And then I'll meet back up with you when we are ready to start decreasing our pineapple. Okay, so now that's what it looks like. It should kind of have like a little bit more of a flatter bottom, if that makes any sense, since we crocheted in the back loops only, leaving the front loops available. Okay, so again you'll just place one single crochet in each stitch around until you have 14 rounds in total. Okay, so I'll meet back up with you when we are ready to go on to round 15. Okay, so now I am back and I have completed a total of 14 rounds, so it was an additional 9 rounds after doing the one single crochet in the back loop only. I did a total of 9 rounds to get my heart on my pineapple, so I have stopped at round 14. So now moving on to round 15, we are now going to decrease. So we will place one single crochet into the next 2 stitches, so that's 1, and then place your stitch marker back, 1, 2, and then we will decrease. So now what we'll do to do a decrease is we'll insert under the front loop of the next stitch, and then twist your hook down and insert under the front loop of the next stitch. So now you have 2 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over, pull through those first 2 loops, then we're going to yarn over and pull through these 2 loops to do our single crochet. Again, it is 1 single crochet in the next 2, so that's 1 and 2, and then a decrease over the next 2 stitches. So to do a decrease, we'll insert under the front loop of the next stitch. So under the front loop of the next stitch, twist your hook down and insert your hook under the front loop of the next stitch. Yarn over and pull through those 2 loops on your hook. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through these 2 loops on a hook to finish our single crochet. Again, it is 1 single crochet in the next 2, so that's 1 and 2, and then decrease over the next 2. Insert under the front loop of the next stitch, twist your hook down, and insert your hook through the front loop of the next stitch. Yarn over, pull through those 2 loops, then yarn over and pull through those 2 loops to finish off your single crochet. Again, 1 single crochet in the next 2. So that is 1 and 2 into the next stitch, and then a decrease over the next 2 stitches. So again, it is insert under the front loop of the next stitch, twist your hook down, and insert your hook through the front loop of that next stitch. And then yarn over and pull through yarn over and pull through those 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. And then 1 single crochet into the next 2 stitches, and then decrease the next 2. So insert through the front loop of the next stitch, twist your hook down, and insert your hook through the front loop of the next stitch, yarn over and pull through those 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull through 2 to finish off your single crochet. Okay, and your stitch count should have gone back down from 24 down to 18 by the end of this round, and you should end on a decrease. Okay, so now moving to the next round, we're going to place 1 single crochet into the next stitch, place your stitch marker back, and then we'll do a decrease again, so it's underneath the front loop of the next stitch, twist your hook down, grab the front loop of the next stitch, yarn over and pull through those 2 loops, then yarn over and pull through 2. Okay, I'm just going to do that again. There we go. So again, it's 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and then a decrease. Oops. Yeah, so it's 1 single crochet into the next stitch and then a decrease. So it's 1 single crochet into the next stitch and then a decrease, and then 1 single crochet into the next stitch and then a decrease. And your stitch count should have gone down from 18 down to 12 by the end of this round. So again, it is 1 single crochet into the next stitch and then a decrease over the next 2 stitches, 1 single crochet into the next stitch and then a decrease into the last 2 stitches. Okay, so now that is what it looks like now. Okay, so now it is time to stuff our pineapple. So you just want to grab some stuffing. And you'd want to grab your blunt pair of scissors. And then just lay the stuffing on top of the pineapple. And then push down with the scissors. Okay, so now after you have stuffed your pineapple, you just want to put your hook back into your loop there, and then we will just remove our stitch marker, and then you just want to push the stuffing down with your finger. I find that helps. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to decrease each stitch around, so our stitch count should have gone down from 12 down to 6 by the end of this round. You can place your stitch marker back. So again, whoopsie. Okay, so again we will just decrease into each stitch around. Okay. Again, our stitch count should have gone down from 12 down to 6. Okay. So now what we're going to do now, to end off our little pineapple, we are just going to remove our stitch marker, and then we'll slip stitch into the next stitch. So to slip stitch, you will insert, yarn over, pull through, and then pull the first loop through the second loop, like that. And then you can grab your scissors, leave a little bit of a tail. You don't need too much of a tail, just a little bit. And then you would snip your yarn and then pull up. Okay. Okay, if you want, you can add more stuffing here if you need to, but I'm just going to leave my pineapple as it is. And then what you'd want to do is you just want to grab your needle and your tail end and just thread your darning needle. And then what we are going to do, maybe I should stuff this thing a little bit more. Okay, so after you've threaded your darning needle, we're just going to go through the front loops of each of the next stitch and just pull through. So into the next front loop, pull through, and through the next front loop, pull through, and through the next front loop, pull through, and through the next loop, pull through, and then just pull that tight to close up that hole at the top. And then I just like to poke my needle in through the center there, and then come out somewhere on the pineapple. Okay. And then to weave my tail in, just insert my needle to the same stitch it came out of, and then out somewhere else on the pineapple. Insert your needle through the same stitch it came out of, and out somewhere else on the pineapple. And again, insert your needle through the same stitch you came out of, and out another stitch on the pineapple. Okay, again, insert your needle through a stitch you came out of, and then out somewhere else on the pineapple. And again, insert your needle through the same stitch you came out of, and then out somewhere else on the pineapple. And you just want to repeat that just a few times, just to secure in your tail end. Okay, so my pineapple is very funky at the moment. It is not really symmetrical at all. It is literally like not even a pineapple shape. I don't know if I overstuffed it now. But anyway, this is my pineapple. Not all pineapples are the same. Okay, so I am happy with the way that is threaded on. This kind of looks like a potato right now, but anyway. So we're just going to take our scissors and just snip our yarn. And then we can now put our pineapple potato thing aside for now, and then we can grab our green yarn. Okay, so we can just grab our green yarn, and then what we are going to do is we are going to take our hook and our green yarn. We are again going to make a magic ring. So again, wrap your yarn around your finger once, twice, and then the third time cross over to form an X, and then go under the front loop, the two front loops, and then pick up this third loop and yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and do a chain one just to secure that magic ring. And then what we are going to do is we're going to place 6 single crochets into the magic ring. So again, it is insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we're going to take this tail end and again pull on our tail end and this back loop cinched in. So we're going to take that back loop and pull it down towards us, and then that other loop will close in. And then to get rid of this loop, we're just going to take our tail end and pull on that, and then we will slip stitch to the beginning stitch. So to slip stitch, you will insert into your first single crochet, yarn over, pull through, and then pull the first loop through the second loop like that to do a slip stitch. And then we'll chain 7. So to chain, it is yarn over, pull through. So that's 1, yarn over, pull through, 2, yarn over, pull through, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Flip your chains over to reveal the back bumps, and then you'll single crochet that into this first chain, into the second chain, and you'll do a single crochet in there. Whoopsie. So you'll do a single crochet into there and into the remaining chains, inserting your loop into the back, inserting your hook into the back bump over there, and doing your single crochets. Okay, and you should have 6 single crochets going down your chain, and then there's this chain here. It kind of looks like it's this like tail end here, but it's not. So this like little loop at the back here, we're just gonna single crochet into there, and now you should have 6 single crochets. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we'll find the next stitch and we'll slip stitch there. So not this stitch where this chain's coming out of. The next one we will yarn over and we will insert, yarn over, pull through, and then pull this loop through the loop on a hook. Okay, and then we will chain 6 again. So chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and you will repeat all of that again. So it's 1 single crochet in the second chain from hook, and in the remaining 5 chains, and then skip this stitch that our chain is coming out of. This next available chain, we'll slip stitch in there, chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and then do your single crochets. And then again slip stitch into the next stitch, chain 7, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and then slip stitch into the next stitch, chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 chains, and then skip, sorry not skip, slip stitch to this next stitch, chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and then single crochet into the second chain from hook and in each chain across. Okay, and then we'll slip stitch into this next stitch, and then we'll slip stitch into this next stitch there as well. Okay, so now that is our little leaf done, and we should have 6 leaves in total. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 leaves. Okay, so now what you'd want to do is just take your scissors, and then you just want to leave like a bit of a tail just to sew our leaf onto our pineapple, and then you just want to you just want to pull up, and you can get rid of this tail end on the back. And then what we can do now is we can grab our darning needle, and then we can grab our pineapple too. So we can get our pineapple, and we'll sew it onto the top. So if you look here, there is like the little row of front loops remaining after we did that back loop round. So that will be on the bottom, if that makes sense. So I don't know if you can see there. So yeah, that will be on the bottom, and then we'll sew this to the top. So we'll kind of place this kind of like in the middle of the pineapple there. And then what we are going to do is we're going to sew down into the leaf, into the next stitch on the leaf, and then we're just going to sew into the next stitch of the pineapple, and then you'll pull that through, and then you'll sew back into the next stitch on the pineapple. Sorry, not on the pineapple, on the leaf. And then you'll sew into the next stitch of the leaf, and then you'll sew into the next stitch of the pineapple, making sure that you pull on your yarn quite tightly to ensure that you sew on your leaves nice and tight, so that they aren't loose and they don't essentially like come off. Okay, so you just want to sew into the next stitch, and then you'd want to sew down into the next stitch of the pineapple, come out into the next stitch of the pineapple, and then insert your needle back into the leaf, into the next stitch of the leaf. And then sew into the next stitch of the leaf. Come on. There we go. Okay, and then again you'll just sew into the pineapple and then come out into the next stitch of the pineapple. Okay, and then again you'll sew back into the leaf, to the next stitch of the leaf, and then down into the next stitch of the leaf again, and then you'll sew into the pineapple, and then back into the leaf, and then sew into the next leaf of the sew into the next stitch of the leaf, and then sew into the pineapple. And if you're happy with the way that is sewn in, then you can just insert your needle through some stitch of the pineapple and then pull that through, and then you can just repeat that. So you can insert your needle through the same stitch you came out of, and then out somewhere else on the pineapple. Insert your needle through the same stitch you came out of, and then out somewhere else on the pineapple. Insert your needle through the same stitch you came out of, and then out somewhere else on the pineapple. Okay, and then insert your needle through the same stitch you came out of, and then out somewhere else on the pineapple. Insert your needle through the same stitch you came out of, and then out somewhere else on the pineapple. Insert your needle through the same stitch you came out of, and then out somewhere else on the pineapple. And you just repeat that as many times as you need to, but you only just need to do that a few times just to secure in the tail end. I'm just going to do it a few more times just so that it is nice and secure. Okay, so I'm happy with that. And then what you want to do is just grab your scissors and snip off your tail end. And then your tail end should hide back inside the pineapple. Okay, so that is what our little pineapple should be looking like now. It's not exactly 100% a pineapple shape, but anyway. So now all that's left to do is to add our keychain. So we can grab our keychain and our jump ring, as well as our jewellery pliers. And then you'll just want to take your jewellery pliers and your jump ring. And this can be a bit tricky, but you're going to insert the jump ring through one of the stitches of the leaf, and you'd want to try your best to catch the pineapple itself. I know it's kind of like you can't really see or anything like that, but you just want to try and catch the pineapple as well, so that the leaf does not come undone, if that makes any sense. So you catch the pineapple as well. I don't think it's working, but okay, even if you don't, I'm sure if you have sewn in your tail end correctly, then the leaf should not come undone, or the leaf should not break off. Yeah, so after you have inserted the jump ring, you're then just going to take your keychain and place it onto your jump ring like that. And then you're just going to take your jewellery pliers and then just close up the jump ring. Okay, it can be a little bit tricky to close the jump ring 100%. Okay, that should be fine. Okay, so there we go. There is our little pineapple keychain done and completed. Okay, so that's our little pineapple done. Doesn't he look cool? A little pineapple. Okay. Okay guys, so that is it for this pineapple keychain. I hope you enjoyed making it as much as I enjoyed doing the tutorial. Yeah, again, apologies for being so tired, and apologies if like made mistakes or if I at some point didn't know what the hell I was talking about. So yeah, I really hope you managed to follow along, and I hope you managed to make yourself a cute little pineapple. If you wanted to go the extra mile, you could also sew on like little like crosses with like orange yarn or something. But yeah, I think this is good enough for like a little pineapple. Isn't it cute? So yeah, again, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, thank you so much for understanding. I'm at college, and I'm very, very tired. I thought we were gonna have a break this coming week, but it turns out we don't. We actually have this big project. It's called Project 81, and apparently the first year degrees are grouped with the second year degrees, and we have to make like some sort of project. We have to build or construct stuff. Excuse me. I'm not sure what this project entails yet, but yeah, it's apparently we apparently have to be at college from 8 to 5 for this whole week, so from Tuesday to Friday, and then the following week we go on a break. So yeah, this weekend and this coming week, I would have, if it wasn't for this Project 81, I would be crocheting, I would be uploading quite a few tutorials and things like that, and yeah, I'll just be doing a lot more content and a lot more crocheting. Yeah, I have like 2 more scarves that I need to complete for an order. And I need to do my starry night shawl for my wedding, well not my wedding, for my cousin's wedding that I'm going to in May. So I have a lot that I need to do. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching this tutorial. Thank you for your understanding in terms of why I am tired, and I'm so sorry if some parts were like unclear or anything like that. But just know I have good intentions, and yeah. Anyway, enough rambling. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please, please, please subscribe. I'm nearly at 1,000 subscribers. I just need a few more. I'm on like 709 subscribers. Please, 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 please subscribe to me. I really, really would appreciate it. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and enjoy the rest of your crocheting. Bye guys.